Hey friends, Corey here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the ZAP Dragon attack strategy at Town Hall 11. Guys, this attack is super powerful. I even tripled in with it in this last war, and if you hang in there till the end of this video, I'm going to be showing my attack. Plus, I got another surprise attack, very closely related to this one, that I'm going to be throwing in on the end as well, so make sure to hang in there for that, guys. The name of the game here is zapping for some value. High value stuff with these dragon attacks is going to be air defenses, sweepers. Also, you know, things like clan castle don't really matter for the dragons. They can kill anything in the clan castle they need to, and a lot of times if you got like hounds, ice golems, that sort of thing in there, those aren't even going to come out for the dragons as long as you don't pull them out with your heroes. Not going to be an issue. Aside from getting some good value with those zaps and quakes, you're also going to want to create some pathing. Let's just take a look at the pathing that's already been created on this base. We got a thin trail of buildings left here to lead these dragons straight into the core of the base, and that's going to be absolutely essential. At this point, he's only got one air defense left in the base. He zapped two of them. He suied his queen for the other one. Created some really strong pathing in there for the dragons. Most common siege machine I've seen used with zap dragons is going to be that stone slammer. Normally, you're able to zap or sui enough air defenses. You can send that stone slammer a lot of times in an area with no remaining air defenses and get some really good value out of it before it pops. It can normally take out several defenses all on its own. And then by the time it does pop, a lot of times you're going to have some pesky point defenses on the backside of the base, sometimes covered up by some high hit point structures like storages that gives the dragons a hard time. So for that reason, usually going to want to fill that stone slammer up with max loons. That way at the end of that raid, they can come through and help take out those last few defenses while your dragons are working on the cleanup. Another key to this attack: drop a few of those loons and bring some minions to help with cleanup, man. You never know what random buildings they're going to be leaving behind, so you get those minions down for cleanup. Make sure that you don't run out of time on an otherwise dominant attack by bringing a few minions to help get it cleaned up in time. Guys, this base is wrecked. Let's check out the next one. Alright, man, check this out. We got 4 air defenses all on the corners of the base. Now, he can go ahead and zap a couple of those. He's got 6 lightnings, 3 per air defense. Instead of putting it right on the air defense, though, you're going to want to split it right in between. Might as well grab an archer tower at the same time as the air defense. Down here, you should be able to grab cannon, archer tower, and air defense. Boom! Oh, it doesn't quite get that cannon down. Manages to get that air defense and the archer tower over there. You know, if you're already using the same number of zaps, you might as well get more value from it. So we've zapped 2 air defenses down here. Queen is taking care of another air defense. He's also going to be breaking her in so she can head in here and narrow out the path for these dragons. If you have a really wide section of the base left, those dragons are going to be spread out, not doing as much damage. So any additional pathing that you can secure for them by thinning, narrowing out their entry section of the base is going to be vital. Now, he does have 1 air defense left up right here, so you could cover that thing with the hound. You could put some loons in front of your dragons and raid your way through it. What he's going to be doing here is using his stone slammer kind of like a hound, just sending in a loon first to soak up some of that early damage, and then getting the stone slammer direct targeted on that air defense. Stone slammer is going to take some early damage, but it's also going to take out that remaining air defense nice and early, leaving these dragons to go strong into this core with a couple of rages with that Grand Warden ability. Now that stone slammer's working on some edge defenses around the outside, still has some health left, and it's going to be able to solo several more of those defenses as it's moving throughout this base. We got dragons raged up coming into this queen encounter, man. She does a ton of damage. She does more damage than an air defense, and she can follow your troops around, so be sure you think of that enemy queen as a high damage target for those dragons as well. Rage your way through her accordingly. Now we got that stone slammer has popped, but it's got those full health max loons cruising their way through, direct targeting defenses. Also super handy for soaking up seeking air mines on the backside of the base on their way to those last remaining point defense. He's got minions down to help clean up the trash ring out there. I'm telling you guys, super powerful attack, but if you don't bring some cleanup troops, you're going to find yourself in a very frustrating situation where you've got a base smashed, but you just don't have enough time to clean up everything on the base. So bring some minions, make sure you don't fall into that trap. Fam, right after this example, I'm going to be showing the example I used, and it was not just the standard 6 quakes for 2 air defenses. I ended up using like 8 zaps and a quake, I believe, but you're going to see what I did in just a moment. Once again, just like the last base, he's zapping the 2 backside air defenses, giving the dragons an easier time on the backside of the base. Other than that, hero's job, queen is supposed to funnel this chunk right here. King is supposed to funnel this chunk right here, but he's going to go the wrong way. So hunter's going to have to think on his feet here and complete this side of the funnel. We cannot have the dragons going in right here without some of this stuff getting funneled. Otherwise, the dragons are going to spread out in this direction. You're going to lose some around the outside of the ring. You really want to keep your dragons focused heading into the core of the base nice and strong. Now, one little benefit is that King actually did wrap around and take out an air defense, but honestly, I'd much rather have that funnel well established than have him taking out another air defense. That dragon that he placed down there is going to be able to establish enough of a funnel that most of these dragons are going to continue moving their way into the core. I like that Grand Warden ability just because the dragons were getting ready to spread out. Anytime your troops are getting ready to spread out while heading into a ton of damage, that's usually a good time to use your Grand Warden ability because it can keep them invincible in an area after they've spread out where spell coverage just wouldn't do the trick. Check this out, man. We got dragons moving through the backside. Stone Slammer also coming in, sent it in on this side where there was no remaining air defenses, and that's why we've got a Stone Slammer at over half health, still the remaining coming into the very backside of this base, and you better believe he's got max loons in there, and he's got that haste spell to help those loons get through these backside point defenses. He had a ton of archer towers, bunch of Teslas back here, all covered up by some storages, which can really hold up your dragons for a long time. Here we go. We got those loons coming out under that haste. They're going to be hasting their way through those last remaining Teslas while the dragons are distracted by trash. Those max loons are going to go straight for those defenses, eliminate all the remaining threats in this base, and it's an easy triple for Hunter. All right, fam, here's my hit. Check this out. We got 8 lightning spells and a quake. Check this out, man. First of all, I'm going to split these first 3 between the CC and the air defense here. But before I even did that, I started my hero Sui. I knew it was going to take my queen some time to get this funnel established and grab this air defense. So I went ahead and started her first. That way, by the time I do my zaps, my attack is already going down. And for that reason, I'm going to be saving about 10-15 seconds on this attack. And a lot of times, that is going to be the difference between a triple and a time fail. So first 3 ones went between the air defense and the clan castle. Get that air defense down. Next 5 were split between the air defense, clan castle, and 2 expos. And with the quake, we're able to get those bottom 2 expos out of the way. I did leave 2 expos up top, but only one of those targets air. The ground bow right here is not going to be any threat to my dragons whatsoever. So after that, you already saw the funnel I set with my queen. King was responsible for the other side of the funnel, and we have exposed the inside of this base. Look at these sweepers, man. Neither of them are threatening my dragons at all, man, and that's one of the big things you gotta keep an eye on when planning these attacks. Where is there an angle where you can create some pathing and come in where you're not fighting a sweeper? Sometimes a base is gonna give you a zap where you can get an air defense and a sweeper with the same number of spells. If you see that, man, think about taking that, eliminating that sweeper, and then planning your dragon attack from there, man, because if you can get a sweeper with an air defense with the same 3 lightning spells, that is some big time value. It can open up some pathing and some plans for a base that you otherwise wouldn't have had available because of the sweepers pushing your dragons back, guys. This one was an overwhelming triple. Gonna swag 2 loons and a minion, sending them up in there for the parade, and that Stone Slammer never even popped. Alright, fam, last one of this video is gonna be a Zap E-Dragon attack, man. He had a lot of lightnings and a quake spell trying to take out Clan Castle, Eagle Artillery, Grand Warden platform, some other defense that I don't even remember what it was because it already went down so fast. Looks like he's not going to quite get the Grand Warden platform, but man, zapping that Eagle Artillery with the Clan Castle, that is mass value on a Town Hall 11 zap for sure. Sui coming in on this side. He's got Ice Golems and both heroes coming in. He wants his queen to go ahead and take out this air defense, this whole little section, including this multi-target Inferno. Sent the E-Dragon in to get the funnel. Could have used a freeze on this air defense. If he would have got that freeze down, that E-Dragon would have probably had that air defense down, creating a nice funnel to the pushing all those E-Dragons to the right. As it is, man, he didn't get as much of a funnel as he wanted. He's at risk of having his troops split up, some going this way and some going this way. Let's see how it goes down. E-Dragons, oh man, I think the Grand Warden zapped that platform before the E-Dragons could have. If the E-Dragons would have got it, man, they would have probably all stuck to the right. Let's see, man. He's got Stone Slammer coming in up top, covering up that last air defense. And once it pops, it's those Max Loons in there are going to be able to take out that multi-target Inferno really quickly as well. So we got a few E-Dragons down here, man, but he's out of spells. He's got strong chain pathing in here, though, so any chains that he can manage to get off are going to do a ton of damage to these super closely packed defenses, man. I got to tell you, man, it's not looking good at this point. What saves him at this point is how tightly packed these remaining defenses are. One of these Expos is set to ground. This one's set to air. We got a couple Teslas there, but if he can just get a chain off, 2 chains off, man, he can get all the rest of these remaining defenses down. Here we go. We're going to start seeing that chain value right now as those remaining Expos go down, and then the remaining Teslas go down to chains as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click that button right over my shoulder. If you're already a subscriber, then check out that video on the other side of the screen, and we'll keep hanging out.